In this video, I use maintenance companies to steal everything as Romania. Could I truly supply my divisions with enemy equipment? Watch the video to see. In today's video, I will try to use maintenance companies to fully supply my own divisions by stealing enemy equipment. Who better to play as than Romania? Let's just hop right on into it. Here we are in Romania. We have a pretty good army of 31 divisions, 20 factories, no manpower, pretty good stability and war support. So yeah, we will be stealing things as Romania today. What better way to do that by dominating the Balkans and puppeting everyone who we don't like? Alright, so we should probably get them researched now, so let's research maintenance companies, giving us 5% equipment capture ratio. And we'll also go for some production and construction. And for focuses, we're going to institute a royal dictatorship to get some political power. And construction, we will get a land warfare facility, and you'll see why soon. And then we will start by pumping out these cavalry divisions. 2 weeks into the game, and the king's mistress is already purchasing a villa. I suppose the government has purchased the building, which destroys our economy for 90 days, but it's better than losing our much needed political power. Maintenance company's done. We won't get those in our divisions just yet, but it is good to have them here. Alright, I've just converted a few of the horses that we got out into infantry, so we should be over the limit here in a second. Yeah, we now have 400,000 manpower on the field, which means we can go down Balkan dominance right when this research slot is done. And we will puppet Bulgaria right away. We're pretty much a paper tiger, because we have, yeah, a lot of troops out, a lot of divisions, 71, but only 37 of them are anything good, and they have no guns in them anyways. I'm just hoping the Bulgarians and Hungarians will see, you know, wow, these guys have 500,000 men out in the field. We should not mess with them, and not notice that pretty much 75% of them don't even hold a firearm. And our land warfare facility is finally done. Felicia Verendi, who looks very similar to Ramona here, you will be in charge of the land warfare facility. And we'll start working towards a breakthrough. And Bulgaria has submitted to us, becoming our puppet. Let's align Hungary. Alright, let's see what Hungary says. Hungary is defiant. We get a war goal on them. Victory is certain to war. Troops are ready. We will declare this war right away. In the meantime, we will do split Czechoslovakia, and we will improve our relations with the mustache man. Budapest is open. We will pin everybody we can, and we've taken Budapest. And Hungary is gone. We'll puppet them, add resource rights and war reps, and move on. We've timed this perfectly. Let's hope the Germans accept, because the French just canceled their guarantee on them. And he does accept, so let's see what Benej says. And yes, he accepted as well. So now we have, yeah, Slovakia as our puppet, and the Czechs are gone. I suppose now we will secure Greece. And you know what? Let's design our divisions finally. This will be our main division. Let's convert this whole army into these guys. We will call them the Robbers with this little icon here. Sure. Let's get the Robbers right on the border with the Greeks. Alright, we got our secure Greece focus done. Let's go down to our national defense industry next. Declare war on the Kingdom of Greece. We need guns, so the Robbers will take these guns and put them into their own divisions. I think that's the goal here. Yeah, look, we've captured our first gun. It's like our first dollar. We'll hang it up on the wall. I think you get more from destroying divisions, so let's see if we can capture some more guns here. 2 more Greek divisions. There, those Greeks are gone. Let's check the logs now. 42. Okay, not that much, but we have captured our first piece of support equipment as well. Greece has capitulated. We've stolen 50% of their stockpiles. We will also puppet the entire country, adding resource rights, war reps, and we'll take their navy while we're at it. For our last trick, let's divide Yugoslavia now. And after that war was done, we got 96 guns, 3 support equipment, no artillery pieces just yet. And we're going to do a sneaky one and invite our puppet. I don't know if this still works. Yes, it does. So we can invite our puppet in there, grab most of the land we want, then we can invite the big players like Germany and Italy. We have a breakthrough in the land warfare facility. We are going to grab military engineering vehicles. Alright, and we can present the ultimatum now. They have folded. And oh boy, those borders are hideous. So now all of these guys are puppets. That's the last focus we need with a huge army, so I'm just going to disband all of these guys. Our military engineering vehicles are done, and with improved infantry equipment 1 done, we can now get the Armored Maintenance Company. Now let me tell you why I'm going to get the Armored Maintenance Company. As we research subsequent maintenance company techs, the armored one has better bonuses. Like this one has 5%, we get 10% for the armored one. And even further, the maintenance company 3s will give us battalion modifiers for tanks and armor variant. For example, every light tank we put in a division, we gain 2% equipment capture ratio. That's double that if we didn't have the armored maintenance vehicles. And I will start to go down my Axis government and flip governments because the king is taking everything from us. Every 2 months, the king or the king's wife will just steal my economy, so I don't appreciate that anymore. Because of that sort of armored buff to our capture ratio, we're going to design some tanks to go into our infantry. Alright, here's what I'm going to go with for my light tanks. They're kind of expensive, but as long as we're getting them out now, we should have enough to fill our divisions here shortly. We've now appointed a pro-Axis government, and Italy is now influencing our politics as well, so we can get a non-aggression pact with them so they will not come after Greece. Alright, as soon as we get to 100 political power, we can hold a referendum and flip, because I don't want to go and get another civil war. We're now in a civil war. I guess that's a skill issue. That is what you call a skill issue. These guys also have all of our puppets as well. And they're in the Axis? Yep. Time to restart. We can get a referendum just like that. We are now Legionary Romania, led by Corneliu Adrianu. And we can join the Axis. Let's do that. And all of our puppets became integrated when we did that. I don't know why. But I will gladly take that. There we go. The National Christian Party. And now we have Octavian here. So, sorry Corneliu. You were just a placeholder for Mr. Octavian Goga. We can finally get rid of the king and his lifestyle. Our armored maintenance companies are done. So can we now supply these guys with armored maintenance companies? No, not yet. We need, oh gosh, we need 700 more. Wow. Fantastic. I love the king. We're trying to get rid of him, and now he's in an embezzlement scandal. There goes our factory output. Alright, we have forced the king to leave. Now Italy's in the Axis with us as well, so we don't need to worry about Greece being taken from us. Germany is about to start World War II. We're not going to get involved, not yet at least. I think I want to just focus my energy on taking out the Soviet Union. Oh, and I didn't even notice this, but King Carol has emptied his bank account, which is pretty much our whole economy, and oh, World War II is kicking off. Alright, I'm going to switch all these guys now to armored maintenance companies. Requires less support equipment, but it does require these armored support vehicles, but we're almost there, we're getting there. Yeah, so look, we have now an equipment capture ratio of 20%, so 1 in every 5 guns should be ours. Alright, here it finally is. The Soviets are justifying against us. Here we are, the Soviet Union demands Bessarabia. We will not give up our territory without a fight. Alright, the Soviets have finally declared on us. 10th of October 1940. I'm not going to call in any of my allies. I want to just get as much war score as I can before Barbarossa begins, and I want to steal as much equipment as I can, so I can't do that if the other guys start offensives. Okay, here comes the full offensive now, and for some reason we're not capturing anything, and I don't know why. It might be because some of these guys are getting in there, so let's remove these guys from the front line. Yes, now we are taking stuff. We have taken a medium tank, some light tanks, some trucks. Okay, so that was the issue. We've now pushed a tile, so maybe that was why. Maybe we need to push to actually take equipment. We've now encircled 4 Soviet divisions here in Odessa. We'll grab our goblins here and take all of their guns. They've got a few guys out. And there's 6 Soviet divisions. And now we have all of their guns. Look at all this stuff we're capturing now. Apparently the log isn't that accurate, I've been reading. And you can see by clicking on our divisions here that these guys have 41 Soviet guns. These guys have a ton of different nationalities. They have a Lithuanian gun. So again, I'm not sure how these fully work, if they only work on the attack or if they work on the defense, because the number doesn't really go up when you're defending here. If anyone wants to specify in the comments or let me know, I would very much appreciate that. Here's going to be 5 infantry and 1 light tank division encircled in all these guys right now. We are at 1943 equipment captured. Let's see what happens when we close this out. So we've got from 1943 all the way up to 2901. So yeah, encircling divisions is definitely the best way of going about this. Alright, and on the 27th of February 1941, the Germans have now declared war on the Soviets. That's a bit early. I didn't know they were doing this. I should have checked, but it's okay. Alright, a little check-in now. We're in April. We've taken 4,200 equipment off of the Soviet Union. Not quite 1/5 of 105,000, but, you know, most of that was from the defense, not the offensive. We just finished researching Maintenance Company 3s. Let's edit the robbers a bit and add some armored battalions, some light tanks to them. So we're now at 24%, and we need 3,600 light tanks, which we have, so let's get those in there right now. And now our troops make the tank moving sound. That's awesome. Right, we have just closed this huge pocket of Soviets off. The Germans are getting all these casualties, and we are getting none of the equipment from it, despite us closing the pocket. The Germans started this battle, so unfortunately the Germans will get all of the glory. Oh, well, actually, we did just get 6,000 guns, so I think we got those last few guys. We are outrunning our offensive lines here. Soviet army is in complete disarray. Alright, so 201,000 enemy losses, 19,000 captured by us, so that's around 10%. That's not too bad at all. We've just taken Moscow. Here we are walking into Leningrad now. Alright, after a bit more fighting, we have now taken in the last 12 months 180,000 equipment, 22,000 has been captured by us, so that ratio is going up. Right, the Soviets are very close to capitulating. They're at 98%. We've still only lost 160,000, and we've taken out 1.3 million. There it is. The game is frozen. Yes, Soviet Union has capitulated. Okay, peace deal done. We have all of this land in the south pretty much. We have us, of course. We have Ukraine. The Soviets puppeted here. We have the Caucasus, 3 different places. The Empire of Fire. And we have Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, the Neo-Seljuk Empire, this place, and Kyrgyzstan. And the Germans pretty much took everything else, and for some reason they left the Russian Empire alive, who then joined the Allies. Of course they did. But we're not done yet. We're not done as Romania. Our goals are not complete. Now that we're all back home and ready, let's do the last sort of thing I want to do this game. King Michael's coup, which makes us democratic. And we are going to backstab the Axis. Just before we do this, we can also add another light tank battalion for an extra 2% equipment capture ratio. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. King Michael's coup has been done, and now we are democratic. And if I'm reading this right, to be able to join the Allies, we must be at war with the United States or UK. So I think if we accept this call to arms, and we can join the Allies. So look, we've joined the war against the Allies just to join the Allies. Now we're in a white peace with all of these guys, and we are now in the Allies, and we are at war with the Germans. We can move right in right away. Let's set these guys to be aggressive. Wait a minute, didn't we have Montenegro? When did the Italians steal Montenegro from us? They played us, man. They did our own game against us. Alright, the advance is pretty much slowed down. They have gotten a lot of troops on our border now. But we are the top destroyer of Germans here. 430,000. We've lost 100,000 to them. We are up to 13,000 captured equipment of 160,000 total combat losses. Okay, so we have now sawed them in half. So I think we look west and try to get rid of everything. Alright, are you ready for this? This is about 35, maybe 40 German divisions here. We've captured 2,300 equipment in the last month. So it was 2,300. What are we at now? 8,900. It's basically 9,000. So that was 7,000 captured equipment there. Alright, I planned my own naval invasion, but it looks like we're not even going to need it. We might even steal the Colosseum while we're at it here. And yes, we have now taken Rome. Let's check the last year. 27,000 pieces of equipment captured by us. And the Italian Civil War has broken out. And they are our puppet because the game actually likes rewarding you for playing single player and losing your mind this way. It is that time that we walk into Berlin. There it is. Berlin is in Romanian / Polish, I guess, hands. The lines are thin. I think it's about time for a full-on offensive. Here goes Italy. It's just the Germans left to surrender. They are 60% of the way there. We're rushing towards Vienna. We're rushing towards Stuttgart and Munich. The war should be over in no time. Maintenance Company 4 has now been researched. Not really needed at this point, but let's see what our divisions have got up to. Yeah, 36% capture ratio. 97%. Essen should do the trick. Is that enough? 99. Come on, boys. There's Saarbrücken, which is, yes, 100%. So let's just check the combat logs here. 511,000 enemy combat losses in the last year. 67, oh, come on. 67,018 captured by us. Peace deal is done with. You can see sort of what we've taken by this sort of yellow Romanian blob. We've got the Czechs, the Germans, the Austrians, the Italians, and we've cleaned up the borders here. We got Croatia, Montenegro, and Albania. And the Allies pretty much just liberated everybody else. I'm pretty fine with that. There's a big, bad Russian Empire, but, you know, they are still in the Allies, so... And we've also got Mongolia over here. We're still at war with the Japanese, but you know what? I'm going to call it here. We've taken out both the Soviets and the Germans. We switched sides. We stole a bunch of equipment. That is exactly what I wanted to do. Anyways, that will do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. If you've watched this far, consider leaving a like and subscribing. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.